Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the CyberGamer Advanced Warfare ASTRO Championship Series CGP League match here between eXile5.T1 and the faction AU Myksta, joined by Inmaniac, and what a matchup this is leading to be.
It's going to be an amazing series we have here tonight. In round 2 of the CGP League here, Mike, we've got, as you've just mentioned, the faction up against T1 Dotters, the second placing team at the Call of Duty APAC Regional Final. The faction, of course, most of their players too young to participate in that. However, they are known to be one of the best teams in the country. And so far in the league, Mike, they're going 2-0.
That they are, and they were able to pick off nice wins against their opponents. Of course, they did play Avant and the Factors in their round 1 matches. But I'm on board with Luca as he just walks in for a double kill for himself over onto that 5 hardpoint. He went the long way as well. He went through the Biolab, he went over through Purple, he went through the alley, he then went through the side and then picked off those kills. Now, you notice his team is there as well to try and get that control, but eXile5 did try to contest that one. Now, the gunfights are still going out, and it is going to be Fate with a double kill to keep his team in this hardpoint. Of course, Biolab hardpoint is our first map. Now, Maniac, what a start we had here for our opening 45 seconds.
It was a very amazing start. It's always a scramble, the first hard point in this game type, of course, especially on Biolab here in the 5 hard point, which is almost up. The scrap points looking to be going to these guys from the faction. As you can see, very even scores here as the rotation is now happening over towards this red hardpoint. You're going to be seeing the guys from X5 in position. There's a bit of a battle up on top. I'm on board with Fate, though, as he's down low, getting stunned heavily, gets the assist as Issei is going to pick up the kill on Swifty. Damage and Blue both pick up kills for their respective teams. However, the points are starting to walk away for the guys from X5 in this second hardpoint. As I say that, they have just been cleaned out. There's a player from the faction in there. That was Barney, promptly dropped by Damage, who was up on top of that roof before he's going to be shut down properly, and Blue picking up the big 2-piece. Yeah,
it was a big 2-piece indeed, as I was on board with Fate as he gets shut down. Now, Damage will be on the top of Snow. You notice his team's there for that control. Now, Issei will be the man getting those points, but he does get taken out. Chill's going to be there over to that Snow side. He didn't see the player to his left, and he will get shot down eventually through the back there. Of course, you're now going to be having the faction going to be getting this scrap time. Now, they need it to catch back up here in terms of the overall scoreline. They don't want to let X5 get too much of a lead, and you notice the game is still close. Only a 5-point game, but these teams are now sitting up for this next hard point. He's going to be in blue. Issei is going to be there to get this control, and you do notice that the faction side are going to be trying to push on through any angle they possibly can. Now, Issei doesn't really need to do anything because Chills is doing all the slaying, as we have seen in his earlier league matches. Hardpoint is just chilling his game. I believe one of the stats that he got for one of his earlier matches in round 1 was a 55 bomb, and that was impressive for their first round. And I mean, you see him just aiming for the same sort of feat.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't expect any less from these guys, especially 66 to 37. Easiest score, just under 7 minutes 30, so a quarter through this game type so far. Hardpoint Biolab. I'm on with Luca from the faction. He's trying to rack up some points and catch up to this X5 spot. He's up on the crates, as we always see here in this hardpoint. Now, he's just going to be watching the flank. There's a player come down from the bottom, the top side. That was going to be cleaned up, though, by Blue. Now, a couple players come in. He gets cleaned up, and he does pick up the kill there on Chill. And look at this, Mike, only 8 points away. This is coming a very close game with just under 7 minutes left.
And did you expect anything different between these two teams? I mean, two premier teams here in our region duking it out. Once again, you mentioned X5's reputation, but the faction, as you mentioned, they're too young for champs, but they're still proving to be one of the best, and you're seeing exactly why here, as they have this control over on green. He's going to be Swifty taking down one. He'll take down a second, but he'll get shut down. Luca is there as well. He'll get taken there by Issei, so X5 have regained control of this hard point. Still an extremely close game. 4 points the difference, and the faction are going to be trying to come in through this flank here, and they're able to pick off 3 nice kills to secure him over onto this green side. Now, there's still 25 seconds remaining in it, so plenty of time to just get that point, hit that 100-point mark, and take the lead leading over into this Biolab hardpoint. But it is going to be the Biolab hardpoint coming up next, and you notice X5 already starting to set up.
Yeah, Mike, so what we saw there just a minute ago, we saw Swifty pick up the big 2-piece, clearing it out for his squad. A lot of X5 were there, but they were then cleaned out by the rest of the faction squad. And then we saw Swifty come back for another 2-piece. He's currently going 19 for 13. Very strong KD for his squad at the moment. 2 caps to his name. He's been pivotal in this lead that they have now garnered, and they are, in fact, growing this lead, Mike. You've got Swifty, Luca, and Blue all holding down this central Biolab hardpoint. I'm on with Luca. He picks up one, run. Fate's going to finally shut him down. Luca, very unlike him to be running into the negative KDs, but still, with that said, very strong performance here by the entire squad, and they now have a very healthy lead of almost 40 points. That
they do. I was on board with Swifty as he gets taken down. 3 of the players from X5 are there. Players coming through to contest over onto that ice side. That's going to be 2 players there. One's contested to the biolab as well. Now, takedown is a add damage. Now, Chills falls as well, with the scoreline being 119 points to 84. 15 seconds remain here at this biolab hard point, and it is going to be, of course, rotating back to its initial location over on 5 up next, but it is going to be, once again, the faction with that lead. So they're off the spawns. They're going to now be pushing over through that ice side to try and contest X5, who are already there over at this hard point. Izzo will get one. He'll get taken down. Luke is going to be over into that hard point. His teammates there to assist as well, but Chills will be pushing on through to get the kill on one before getting shut down there by Luca. The gas containers will get blown as well, and Luke knows exactly where they are on the top of blue. He needs to be cautious. He will be able to get the nade kill anyway to Damage, who looked like he did go ahead and run onto that nade, and you see the faction just having complete control of this hard point at the moment.
Luca is going nuts right now, Mike. He's only got a +4 KD right now, and he was just shut down. But I just want to point out, Issei from X5 did rotate earlier than anyone else. He held down that hard point for the first 1 or 2 points of that hard point, but then it was just a sweep by the faction. And now, as you can see here, they are almost double the score of this X5 squad. And I just wanted to point out that, as I said at the beginning of this, these are 2 of the biggest names in ANZ COD. The faction, of course, too young to compete in champs, but I tell you what, that would be a top contending team here. As you can see, just putting the hurt to eXile5.T1 right now. But as I say that, we've got Fate. He just picked up the 2-piece and Swifty in blue.
That he did. Damage is also going to be there, picking off one at red stairs. Fate will pick off another one. Issei and Damage do fall. So does Fate. Chills, the last one alive, is going to be there contested the red stairs. He doesn't need his teammates because he's going to be rolling in these kills by himself. The player's trying to contest through the top of the snow roof, and that is going to be Barty, who tries to go for a little bit of jump, but it doesn't matter because we have the kill there from Damage. Now, Chills is just going to be sitting here getting these points at the base of those red stairs. Now, we got taken down there by Luke, who pushed in through that snow side, but Fate's going to be trying to contest through this top angle as well. Izzai's going to be going through that snow side. Blue's going to be the last one alive over at that hard point for a moment. He'll take down one. He'll get shut down in the back. 3 players from X5 are there, but there's only 15 seconds remaining. So now they're now going to begin their rotation over to blue, and they're actually going to have one player, which oddly enough is going to still be going for that contestation. Now, he got taken out quite easily, but it has allowed the faction to now try and push over to this next side. And I don't know if it's just me or just the player I'm spectating, but the game has just completely gone to bits.
eXile5 just not on par with these guys right now, which is quite interesting, I might say, Mike. Something you can comment on whether you can see the game or not. These guys really need to pick it up. It could be just this one game, it could be a warm-up, it could just be shaking off the cobwebs, but these guys are a Call of Duty champs team. They are going to LA, and if the guys from the faction can put the hurt on like this, 222 to 137, I don't know, man. Either the faction are just stupid good, or these guys really need to pick up their game if they want to compete on the world stage.
And unfortunately, I lagged out of the game, as odd enough as that is. First time for everything. So unfortunately, even if I do join back, I won't be able to go back into spectator mode. So I'm feeling a little bit of a radio cast here, Josh, until we can maybe get things sorted.
All right. Let's do it. All right. Picking up the radio cast. We've got 1 minute and 30 left in the game. 23 to 161, still in control of these guys from the faction. I just saw Barney pick up a huge 2-piece on Issei and Fate, both taking a fall there. Damage is also going to be dropped as we've got Blue and Swifty holding down this green hard point. Just over 1 minute left here. They need just under 20 seconds, and I think they're going to get it before the timer of 1 minute 10 runs out. Luca still in control of this green hard point right now. 237 to 162 is your scoreline. I just want to check out these KDs because everyone's loving the KDs right now. 32-32 for Issei, 33-30 for Fate, 31-31 for Chills, and you got Damage going negative at 28-29. So pretty much even money for this X5 squad. So it's not really their slaying power that's the issue. It's just trying to capitalize on that and getting the points. And I'm just looking now on this last hard point here on Biolab. It looks like the final points are going to go to the faction squad, and indeed it is. They're going to wrap it up right here with 49 seconds left on the clock. 250 to 167. Now, Mike, just as this game is going through the final kill cam right now, I just want to point out something I touched on earlier, and I might get your thoughts on it. It was Swifty, by the way. I just realized I forgot that you guys could see it was Swifty who picked up the final kill cam with the ASM1 over on Chills. The guys from X5, again, it could be this one game, but the faction, it was a pretty dominant game. You know, it was to and fro for the first 2 or 3 hard points, but then after that, it was all the faction. They walked away with it, nearly a 100-point game in the end. Now, my question to you, Mike, is that a lagging performance by X5, do you think? Or are the faction really that good of a team? That's pretty much what I'm asking.
I would love to answer your question, but I did not hear it. There is a couple of technical issues going on, and I'm trying to get them sorted. So I do apologize for that. Please ask the question again, and I will try my best to...
I'll do the TLDR version, which is the faction just that good to win by nearly 100 points, or is X5 lagging behind?
I honestly don't have the answer to that question, because the faction are good, but eXile5 are also good. I think it just depends on the map, depends on the game, depends on how these teams really are playing on the day. That's how close I think they are matched in this competition. But I think if that map is over, we're going to go to a quick break, and we'll be back soon, so stay tuned to that. I do apologize for any inconvenience in that match, but we'll be back soon. It's more action here in our CGP match. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the CyberGamer Advanced Warfare Astro Championship Series CGP League match here between eXile5.T1 and the Faction AU. Now, unfortunately, I may have had a couple of technical issues that disconnected me from that match, and I wasn't really able to catch the end couple of minutes from that. Inmaniac, you were there, though. You were able to catch up on all the action. Do you want to give us a little bit of a rundown what happened in that game and who took that one out?
Well, the whole game, it was pretty close at the beginning, as we saw in those first couple of rotations, but in the end, Mike, it was all the faction. They won there 250 to 167, I think it was there. Our final score was pretty much their game the entire way. So now we're looking at the former S&D gods, X5, to try and come back here. Now, the S&D game in AW, we know, Mike, hasn't been as strong as past games, but as I say that, they now have the advantage right now in a 3v1 situation, as they are here on the defense.
As we have Barney with the bomb, he is going to be, just allowing his teammates to actually play the pushing forward role, and that is going to be actually Swifty, who's over onto this pool side. Now, he's searching for these players. COD Vision now on for you all as well. He's up against 3 of the players from eXile5, and we'll see if he can possibly make this a difference. He does spot one. He will be able to pick off the shots to take down Izzy. Now he's going to begin rotating. Now his teammates there to support him as well. So it's a 2v2 now. Barney's going to be have approach to try and contest, and it's actually going to be Swifty getting taken out. But Barney's right above one. He just missed out on being able to see him in his vision there of his line of sight. He's now going to be approaching one. He's going to be able to take that one out, but he gets shut down from a second. Was that a turn on?
That looked like a pretty mean... I don't know if it was a turn or if the player from X5 just dropped down low and then jumped back up. But either way, it was dirty. Look at this. Yeah, look, it wasn't exactly a turn. He did get spotted. But I tell you what, I don't think you could get any more red than that. Quite frankly, I really thought that the faction player was going to pick it up there, but it wasn't meant to be. And X5 take out the first round with 2 players still up.
That they do. And now it is going to be eXile5 with the attacking round as well. So keep that in mind. Izzy, once again, going to be your regular bomb carrier. Damage misses the sniper shot there as the players push over to that A-bomb. Now the call-out's going to happen that those players are going to be there. It is going to be Damage and Chills, possibly. No, sorry, Fate and Chills. My mistake is we're just on Damage there. He's going to be pushing over to this pool side. Now Chills is going to be playing a little bit more of an aggressive game. Izzy is going to get taken down, but so is Luca in return. Fate's actually going to be able to take down Swifty, and Fate will get taken down there by Blue. So it's a 2v2 situation already. Damage will pick up the bomb. Chill is just going to be scoping out all the different areas surrounding the A bomb site, and he's going to be trying to provide a little bit more cover for his teammates to possibly go for this bomb site. Now you notice Damage is he's not making any mistakes. He's checking behind him, checking his angles. He knows Chilean had the front angle of that A side, and he was able to pick off that kill. Now it is going to be Barney, the last one alive, as he actually gets a scope He's actually going to have a scope, and I'm not really sure if he missed the shot or Damage just decided, you know what, it seems too easy. But he was able to get out of there just in time to avoid getting killed, and then went back in there and planted that bomb.
Yeah, we saw Barney here do his job just to scare off the player for a second, but as you said, Damage was able to get that bomb down, and then just a little bit of rough play. We saw the player just pick up one kill there, but then he just, I don't know, he kind of got dumbstruck by the other player who was straight through the walkway. Easy kill there for your final kill cam from Damage to pick it up. Just too easy. Barney taking a fall, and now you see X5 ahead 2 rounds to nil. Coming out of that last game, the hard point, I really thought it would be a little bit closer. I don't know, a little bit of a closer match so far, but X5 seem to have this one wrapped up. And I think that's a lot of the comments that we hear about this faction squad, Mike. They are unbelievable slayers. They are great in their own right. They're great as a team, great communication, but when it comes to, you know, the finicky gameplay of S&D, you've only got that 1 life per round, Mike. You have to utilize it well. Their respawns are good, but their S&D not so much, or at least so it seems in this game.
That's definitely a little bit of a true factor, but of course, you know, with these scores as they are, it really hasn't shown the full potential of either of these two teams. Now, my boy Swifty, as he gets the shot right in front of Fate there, who makes the foolish mistake of trying to contest him. Now, he does have the bomb, and they now have brought it with a numbers advantage. Blue's just going to hide in that even more there by taking it down 1. Now, Izzo will take down Luca, and Blue will be able to take down Izzo. So now the last one live is going to be Chills, and he's going to be here over onto this green side. Of course, going to be rotating all the way around through this bottom planks and bottom stairs area. But, you know, he's going to have the players pushing over to that B side. The bomb has now been planted as well. So now he's going to hold this one out. Just goes through a sign. Doesn't even care. He's going to try and get a couple of shots out, but he won't be able to pick off the kill. He's going to have a little bit of mission impossible right now here in Mania, because he's in a 1v3 situation, and, you know, things aren't looking good for him.
I've seen Chills get out of worse situations before, and if anyone can X5 can do it, he's going to pick up one here, maybe. Blue trying to jetpack away, but he was going to be taken down. In the end, it was the scope to pick him up. Chills, if he just got that kill a little bit quicker, some cleaner shots, he could have dashed back behind cover and then rotated around. He won, but in the end, it was Swifty's Moors. This jump up the air with the thermal, clean shot to take it down. We're going to be seeing the guys from the faction picking up around here, and that's going to make their score 2-1. Still in favor of X5. This could be the start of a comeback. Only time will tell, Mike, as we're going to be seeing these guys from X5 now on the attack.
That they are. And of course, once again, Izzy going to be picking up this bomb. Damage with the scope. He's going to be going over this rooftop. He gets spotted first, but Swifty just makes me tongue-tied there because he missed the shot that he had a clear 2 seconds to get off, and Damage was able to pick off some nice reflexes to be able to pick off that one. And, you know, right now you see a 3v2 situation, and it's going to be Barney and Luca left alone, a little bit of a lonely play, making it less lonely by taking out one player, but Barney's going to be all alone here in a 1v2 up against Damage, and Chills is going to be rotating over to this A side. Now, he has used his Exo mute. He's going to try and just disable it for a minute, try and conserve that just in case he needs it later. Of course, he does have 2 frags in his back pocket as well, but he's going to be looking over into the bedroom here, over into this A side, but he's going to be X5 rotating over onto this B side of the map. Now, see him just checking everything for the moment, and the bomb still has not been planted, so it still leaves the question, will they be rotating over to this B side, or will they just maybe double back over to A? Barney sure thinks they're going to be going over to this B side. He's going to be using those double nades to his advantage. He gets tags, but the bomb has been planted here, and we are going to be seeing now X5 just need to hold out. A Maniac, can Barney make something happen?
Well, he's playing cautiously. He just needs to check his corner here. Looks like he may... No, not going to be good enough there. He did the look, but he just didn't look quite hard enough. And that was quite an easy kill there for Damage, who was just hiding in the corner. It was a nice rotation by those guys. They played it very cautiously, a little slower than I expected. But hey, in the end, they picked up the round, and now they're going to be ahead once again by 2 rounds. Your score is currently sitting at 3 rounds to 1. The guys from the faction lagging a little bit behind. Still plenty of time left here in this game, though. S&D on Terrace. Now, Mike, how are you feeling right now? Because, I mean, as we've said, X5, they've always been known to be good at S&D. They had plenty of practice at Chance with this faction squad. These young guns, I tell you, they're just freaks at this game. And I mean that obviously in the best of ways. always picking up the games, always taking down these top-tiered teams. And as you see Luca there picking up the first kill of this round by taking down Chills, and Blue picking up another one. I mean, they're a strong squad.
They are, and I mean, you see them just being able, as you mentioned, pick off those early kills. They're going to now go for this OBJ and get this bomb planted here over onto this A side. Now, we do have a couple of contests over onto that middle side of the map. There's going to be Swifty taking down Fate, so that's going to leave Izzy all alone here in a 1v4 situation. Now, if it made things more, if it wasn't already tricky enough, he has no nades. He's only got his bow. He's got his exo mute as well. He was able to pick off one though to his good fortune, and he's still got another 3 players left to deal with. Now he's going to be searching for these players. If he moves a little bit to the left, he might be able to spot one. They might spot him now as he approaches over to his bomb site. Still on this pool side, doesn't see the one to his right over on the head glitch, and he nearly picked off that kill, but nearly isn't good enough. He falls defeated, and that becomes 3-2.
Yeah, Issei was in a very how can I put it, ballsy position, I guess, where he was up high on that building. You know, he did pick up that first kill. He ended up having to drop down low, but in the end it was going to be Barney picking it up. But I'll tell you what, Barney would be limping after that one. He was very red right there. With that said, though, it is the faction that pick up that round. They're going to be catching up here, 1 round behind now. The score is 2-3. So you've got the guys from eXile5. They are halfway to their needed round score, and they're going to be on the attack here. Issei, as per usual, running OBJ for this squad. No kills just yet, but I dare say that's about to change. You're going to be having Luca from the faction down low, getting some shots there on Issei. A little bit damaged. He's feeling a little pale right now. He's going to be coming back, though. No kills still yet there. There's a lot of fire out right now. I'm just going to be jumping over to the guys who it looks like there's going to be a bit of attention here. Fate takes down Swifty. Luca responds in kind by picking up not 1, but 2. And then Chills is going to then respond by taking down Blue. So you've got a 2v2 situation. Luca and Barney up against X5's Chills and Issei. As I say that, Barney just got dropped. Luca, the only man alive. He's got this bell out, spots the player up high, gets the tags. There's a player just in front of him at the pool. Gets the shots on, but he's going to be taken down yet another round. Going to the guys from X5. Your score now sitting at 4 points to 2.
That they are, and I mean, you saw eXile5, and you saw Chileans, you saw Damage, you saw Fane, you saw Izzy. You're swapping between them there in that round. They were to pick up the kills that they need. You know, you mentioned when they were pushing on forward to play a little bit more of that attacking game, but the faction tried to go for a little bit more of a risky play. It didn't pay off for them, and right now, I mean, the scoreline really says it all. They're doubling the scoreline. Still is early days yet, only round 7 at this current stage of things, but the faction, They need to try and mix something up to try and get a couple more consecutive rounds, because they don't want to let eXile5 be the one to reach that 5-point mark very, very early. And, you know, Luca does exactly that. He's going to try and mix it up. He's going to be pushing over through that stairway over onto that pool side. He's able to pick off that early kill. He's going to be cooking a couple of grenades as well. Now, I did see another player, but that player has backed up, but he still needs to be wary of that second player. Now, his teammate was pushing up, and that's going to be Blue taking down Damage as well. He will be able to spot a third, and I think he did, but his reflexes launches him up through the stairs onto the top of glass. He will get triple tags, and he now needs to reload. His teammate's got his back. No, apparently his teammate doesn't have his back. A little bit late, but, I mean, better late than never.
That was just a series of unfortunate events there for Luca. Honestly, I don't know how he didn't pick up the kill. That was a lot of tags. I think it was triple tags out from his bow, but, you know, I think he had maybe rubber bullets in that clip because he didn't take down the player, and before we know it, he was shut down. But with that said, Mike, they do have the advantage here. Issei is the only one left alive for this X5 squad at the moment. He is up against 3 very strong players from the faction. The bomb is planted, and of course, time's going to be running out there. 3-4 is your round score. Yet again, the faction not letting this game slip away too far. They've been hot on the heels of this squad here, and I didn't actually notice it was Barney who picked up the kill there with that Moors. I thought it ended a little quickly, but yeah, the faction not letting it slip away. I wouldn't be surprised if they were able to catch up, but look, games like this, just impossible to call. If it was a respawn, if it was hardpoint yet again, easy. I'd give it to the faction. S&D, not so much. It's not quite that easy. X5, as we've said many a time, they are a champ squad. These guys are going to be heading to LA, and they're getting the prac here in this CyberGamer Pro League. They are 1-1 so far in their rounds. The faction have been flawless so far in round 1. Of course, Mike going 2-0. And they kind of want to keep it that way. They've already taken out game 1. We're here in game 2. See what they can do here. It's going to be the guys from X5 on the attack. Issei with the bomb.
And Izzy is going to be the one checking over through this science side of things. His teammate's going to be checking over through these bedrooms. And one's actually going to be over onto the B side of the map to try and maybe make things happen. Now, you have one player in the middle, one player on B, one player on A. They're looking for these picks. Now, I do believe Damage spotted one. No, Damage still pokes again. He does get taken down there by a sniper. You're going to be having Izzy possibly looking to check this one. No, actually, Izzy is rotated over onto this B side as well. So they're favouring over to this B. You got Chileans over onto that top platform as well. And they're looking to maybe push over to this side as well. But they want an early kill first. It is a 2v2 situation. So it is even, but Izzy falls off the map with the bomb.
Yeah, that's a little unfortunate, not gonna lie. You're gonna be seeing Chills obviously then rotating back to the spawn point. He's picked up the bomb, 1v2 scenario, there's a player right in front of him, and he wasn't able to pick that up. Dropping down low to pick up that round was the faction. They're gonna be evening things up at 4 rounds apiece, and Mike, you can't really ask for a closer S&D right now. That was Swifty picking up the final kill there on Chills. Both teams looking very nice right now. I must say, you know, I'm expecting a little bit better gameplay from the guys of X5. This is their game type, if we could say any game type was. And, you know, they really need to put it to these young guns and prove that they're a dominant squad. With that said, the faction, very scary squad to go up against. I know I wouldn't want to go up against them, that's for sure. With that said, we're going to be seeing the guys from the faction on the attack now. And Blue with the bomb. He's got a lot of tags out. Don't know how that player didn't drop. In the end, Swifty was going to be able to clean up damage. And you're going to be seeing Chills just around the corner. Blue checks it, spots it. But it's going to actually be Chills picking up that kill there, Mike.
And it was, and he unfortunately got taken down shortly after there by one of the other players from TF, but it is going to be now 2v2. It is going to be Swifty and Luca taking on Fate and Izzy. Now, Swifty, I do believe, possibly might have spotted one jumping over. No, he didn't. He's still going to try and contest Izzy, and he will be able to take him down. Now, Fate's going to be the last one up. He gets a couple of shots out, but the sniper's out there by Swifty. Unfortunately, he puts the bullet over into the stairs and then over into the sky, and he will now be rotating over. But Fate, being that last player alive, needs to try and predict this one, and he is going to spot one player. He's going to be able to pick off that first kill. He does spot the second one jumping, I possibly believe. No, that might have just been us thanks to COD vision, but he's going to begin that rotation either way. And, I mean, you're going to be having Swifty as that last player alive. He needs to make that decision. Does he go over to the A side? Does he go over to B? Did he spot that player, though? With COD vision looking across the map, it's always a little bit confusing as well, because you don't know, is that a wall there so far across the map? But it does seem like they're going to be on opposite bomb sites. The bomb has been planted here onto this B side. Fate's going to now begin this rotation over, just jumping on every bit of cover to make his rotation all that quicker. But you look at Swifty here, he's begun on this rotation process, rotating the complete way around, and there you go. He's able to predict that, he's able to spot him, and Fate will be able to take down that clutch, bringing eXile5 to a map point.
I just want to talk about what these guys might have been thinking, you know, in the eyes of Fate. You may have thought, well, I just took out the player over on the B spawn. I did see the other player as well. Maybe because of that, he's going to rotate down to A. So I think that's why he went back around past the attacking spawn and then tried to rotate down to the bottom. But I think Swifty predicted that, went halfway across the map, decided, you know what, I think that's what he's going to do, rotates back. In the end, a little bit of better gunplay from the players from X5, and they take out that round. And now Mike, one round away from sealing this map.
Yeah, and I mean, by sealing this map, they will even up the series as well. A nice nade there by Fate. Chills will get a second one, so it's a nice opening play there by them for this round. Izzy is going to be over onto this A side. Of course, they cleared the players over onto this A, so they should be good to go ahead and plant this bomb. Their players still going to be wary, and they are going to be checking this one. And now the faction are going to begin their rotation over because they know it's likely over to an A side push. Now, of course, X5 don't want to really push on in here at a crucial round. They want to play it safe and get a couple of kills out early for their teammates to try and cover them. It is a 3v2 situation. But this has now allowed TF to try and rotate over and try and pick off a couple of early plays. And unfortunately, it just really hasn't worked out for them because now Blue's the last one alive. He's going to be spotting one over into that bedroom. He's able to pick off that kill. The second player will poke out from the other side of the bed, taking him down. So it seems like they were sharing the bed there. They were able to pick off that kill and able to make it 6-4, able to take out the map and tie up the series 1-1.
There were two in the bed, and Damage said, "Get the hell out." Sorry,
that was horrible.
That
was horrible.
It was. I apologize. I can just wait for the hate I'm going to get for that. It's going to be cleaned up there by the guys of X5 in the end. To be honest, the faction were looking really strong at the end, and we actually saw Swifty going at 10 for 6, getting into those double digits. The only other player who was able to do that was Chills, picking up the 11 for 7, but the better KD belongs to Swifty. He also got 2 plants down. but it wasn't gonna be enough. We saw the guys from X5 walk away with it by 2 rounds. So 6-4 is your score. They take out a map which evens up the series 1-1, and Mike, they really needed that after that very dominant hardpoint gameplay from the guys from the faction.
That they did, and I mean, it was a crucial map that they needed because, of course, you know, you're playing that respawn, you're down 1-0, you wanted that map to tie things back up, and of course, X5's S&D has been, you know, sort of shaky from the beginning of, you know, the Advanced Warfare to sort of now where they're sort of trying to get a little bit more back in their stride. However, the faction are strong all the way around as well, so it's always an interesting matchup regardless of the map, regardless of the mode, and it doesn't seem like we're going to be sparing any time because we're already loading into Detroit uplink, and that is going to be our map number 3. Of course, we also have guaranteed ourselves a capture the flag as well. So that's going to be some exciting stuff. But, I mean, Inmaniac, you asked me earlier about making a prediction between these two teams. We've seen 2 maps now. We've seen one respawn, one search and destroy. Has that influenced your decision at all?
Not really, not really. I expected X5 to take out the S&D. They did. It was only by 2 rounds. I expected them to put in a bit more of a dominant performance. The faction just a little too good with their slaying power, and overall as a squad have just been really, really good. So X5 did take out the round, but going into another respawn, of course, uplink on Detroit, I'm expecting the faction to come up pretty big right now. With that said, I saw the guys from eXile5.T1 in the Call of Duty Champs APAC Regional Final go very big on this game type amongst the region's best. Could go either way, but if I was asked to tip on it, I'd probably say the faction. But with that said, I guess we'll just see what happens. I
guess we just have to see indeed. I mean, I'm on board with Luca to open things up over onto the schoolyard now. He'll get taken down, but it's his team that has the droid for the first touch. Now, unfortunately, it's not much of a first touch, and he will get taken down. It's actually going to now be in the hands of Blue. He goes over into the hospital, picks off the kill. We'll be able to throw the ball out as well, just to buy a couple more, a little bit more, a couple seconds. That's the word I'm searching for. I'm getting tongue-tied. This is not a good day for me. But we are here with the ball resetting back over onto the Atlas, and it is going to be the team of eXile5 who are trying to push into this one. But of course, it is going to be the faction who are trying to contest them. The play's going to be over in the car park and that main street. The ball's still at its initial spawn as well. The players from TF now are there to break into this one. Chills will try to get tags here. We won't be able to pick off that kill at all, and it is going to be Blue now trying to jump over into the yard. His teammates there to cover him. He's able to get into the school there, and his teammates there to pick off 1 kill return. He's going to chuck the ball over onto the wall to try and regen his armor there, but he does get taken down. Ize now has the ball in hand. He's going to be going over into this car park. Now you notice here Inmaniac is changing up his route all the time, but the spawn from TF is going to prove to be a little bit of a disadvantage for him, but he might go for this throw. He's still able to get clear somehow, and he's still alive. I don't know how he's doing it right now, and he finally gets taken down.
Yeah, Issa was a wizard just there to stay alive, and now we're going to be seeing Fate with the drone in hand. He's going to be able to dunk it in 2-0, so we finally got some points on the board after a minute and a half. I'm still in a little bit of shock at how Issa was able to survive there. Fate picking up the 2-piece there. Chills and Issa both picking up kills as well. That's the whole squad of the faction being dropped, and now they're going to be catching them off the spawn here right on the uplink point, but it's not going to matter. It's going to be dived in, and they're going to get 2 more points, so 4-0. That was 4 very quick points in less than a minute. Now, Damage trying to get greedy to run it through. He's going to be shut down. Luca and Barney both picking up some kills here. They need to get some map domination right now, and Luca is just going to work. He's got the barrel in hand. He's run out the back, but that COD timing of that relayed Issa is going to be waiting for him. Pumps him full of lead, then picks up the 2-piece by taking down Barney. I'm going to just be jumping over to him as I say that. He was dropped. Curse of the Caster, and we're going to be seeing the drone back in the middle just outside Atlas. Luca is going to be picking up the kill on Chills there. Fate now trying to go to work, but it's not going to happen. Barney picking it up. The guys from X5 are being dropped left, right, and center, all alive for the faction. They're going to be trying to get some points on the board, but he's going to be shut down just outside of lockers. Now the drone in the hands of Chills. They need to run it out. Issa now has it in hand as well. Going to be running straight through the school here, out the back towards the courtyard, and he decides to throw it out. Pretty smart play, considering most of his squad was being taken out. So the drone's going to respawn here, but Issa is still going to work. He's on that 3-point streak, Mike. 10 for 4. Quite a good game for him so far.
Quite a good game indeed. It is going to be Chileans, though, with the ball in hand. He's over on Hospital. There's going to be a player looking to hunt him down. Those players actually do get shut down, and Fate's going to be covering over through his alley now. She was able to go in through to yellow right now. Going to be trying to go through and maybe go for this throw. He does throw it, and he will be able to get those points in right now as he will be trying to pick off this kill as well. No, he will get shut down. So he's getting denied the kill, but he's able to get the point, which of course is the most important part right now. Of course, 5-0 being this scoreline. 90 seconds still remaining into the half right here, as we do have a Blue trying to get these shots over onto that hospital. Blue and Swifty able to pick off kills there in that contest. The ball has been reset right now, and Blue is just waiting for an opportunity to pick this one up. He will be able to do so. Jumps over into the schoolyard. His teammates trying to cover him. The players will be there, though, over into the school, and he'll be now pushing through into lockers. Plays there to meet him, and he does get taken down.
Yeah, and with just under a minute left in the half, Mike, 5-0. These guys from the faction really need to make a move, otherwise they're going to put egg on my face after my prediction at the beginning of this round. I'm on with Damage, by the way, as he picked up the kill there on Swifty, trying to dive into the hospital there. He was going to be shut down, and as I say that, Luca takes him out. I'm going to jump over to him. He tries to follow it up with that ASM1, but Fate says no, shuts him down. I'm over with Swifty now. I really want these guys from the faction to go to work. And Swifty picks up one, but he's going to be shut down by Issei. Issei now trying to make a run. Drone in hand. He's going to dive it through. No! It's going to be shut down, but the ball does go through. That's going to be a single point. So now it's 6-2. The faction at least did get points on the board, as we do know in the last 10 seconds of this match. Expect these guys just to be gone for slaying. Fate picks up 2. They just ducks in a row for him right now for his bow. Picks up another one. 3 solid kills to these guys from X5. There's another one straight down his sights. Is he going to pick it up before the end? No, he's not. So at the half, 6-2. X5 looking very strong in that half. They were a bit scrambled at about the 2-minute mark, but it was pretty much all them, Mike.
That it was, and I mean, you see this round ending kill cam here by Damage. Of course, we do have Fate on 21 kills. I just wanted to point that one out, but I just, once the scoreboard pops back up, I want to just note the key score capturer there from the team of X5. That's going to be Izzy. He's got 3 caps to his name. Then you have Fate with 2, and then you have Chills with 1. Whereas for the team of the faction, they've only had 1 opportunity to go in for an actual capture, and that was Barney at the last 90 seconds, being able to sort of get that capture in for his team and walk that one in for that 2-pointer. But right now, off this half, they've been able to get the ball, they've been able to get these kills, and they're going to be trying to run this one in. They actually did go for a throw in it. It goes for a bounce to go for a nice 1-point capture.
Yeah, that was really nice there, and they need a few more of those if they want to catch up. They are 3 points behind, as we are well aware. Chills does have the drone in hand. He's walking straight down the street. He does have a player running point for him, but he needed one on the tail to take those bullets and be basically a meat shield for him. Not going to matter, those. Issei picks it up, goes for another run. There's going to be a player right in front of him, and that is Luca picking up the team kill on Barney. Barney was actually the one who shut down that push, but it wasn't going to matter as the guys from X5 still pick it up. 8-3 and just under 4 minutes left in this game. I'm not sure if the faction can come back right now. I mean, these guys, yeah, I don't know. X5 just looking pretty dominant, Mike.
That they are, and I mean, currently on a board with Luca as over into the hospital. He'll get taken down. We've got 2 players down from either team as well. Fate's going to try and regroup for this ball in hand, and is that actually going to pass it? Damage, and he'll turn around for this kill, but will he be able to get that in the end? No, he did get taken out, but it is going to be Damage with that point capture, which is the most important part here. You mentioned about the faction being able to catch back up here in this overall map. They've got 3.5 minutes to do so, so they've got plenty of time, but currently X5 just have complete control of everything, and Chill's able to get a double kill. We've got Fate with the ball. His teammates just going to be picking off these kills, so he'll just be able to go for these throws, and I mean, Chills is just mopping the floor right now in the kills department.
Really is, Mike, but he is quite behind on the KD. I'm not going to lie, 13 for 18. Not to matter, though, because he has been quite a pivotal part of this squad, and part of the reason why they are currently ahead by 7 points, and with just under 3 minutes left, the faction really needs to go to work. Swifty did have the drone in hand, but Damage was going to be shutting down that run quite fast, and now he has it all clear right now, and as I say that, we're going to be seeing Blue come out of nowhere with the big dash to shut it down, but we're going to be seeing the rest of the guys from X5 there to pick up the slack. 12 for 3. These guys from the faction 9 points behind at 2:30. I'm calling it. It's going to be too much for these guys to come back right now. Quite a shock to me, I might add. I thought they'd be a bit more dominant, especially in the slaying department. But as you can see on the scoreboard right now, all of them going negative. Some of them quite so. Barney, 11 for 21 right now. Just being outslayed by the guys of X5. Damage specifically, 20 for 13. Not quite as much as Fate, though. The god of this squad right now, I must say. 27 for 17. Make that 28. As he was just finally shut down there. These guys are playing like freaks on this map, just showing what they've got. I think they might have heard me, Mike, and got a little offended because they're really bringing out the guns right now. They
are, and I mean, they will bring the scoreline to 12 points to 5. Now, we have those kills, and I think you hit the nail right on the head there, where they're bringing out the big guns, and they're just trying to make things work. As I said, I might have jinxed them because they all got taken down, and they're going to now, they're going to be trying to regroup off that spawn, but, I mean, the faction, there's 90 seconds remaining. It is 7 points the difference. Plenty of time to go ahead and get a couple of walk-in captures in it and go from there. And Luca has to get this one with the start because he's going to be throwing the ball over into the main street. He gets taken down, but his teammates need to be with there. They're playing more of an individual battle right now because they keep getting outslayed by X5. So they need to regroup. They need to work as a team, and they need to make these plays as a team. Because right now, we constantly look at the scoreboard, and there's constantly 2 players dead.
There's something that I've noticed, Mike, and it's that these guys from the faction, and all you need to do is keep an eye on the minimap. I'm not sure if they'll do it in the last minute, but what they've been doing for the rest of this game is they just make wild pushes for the drone. They don't set up, they don't have your player looking outside the window of the hospital, they don't have the player in the car park, they just run straight down the street, they try and get their drone, and then they think. They run first, ask questions later, or even gun later, and that seems to be their demise. They don't get those vital 1 or 2 kills, they don't clear their paths before running, and you know, it shows in the scoreboard. These guys from X5 just do it that little bit better. I'm on with Damage right now, and he's got the barrel, he's been jumping all around Atlas, he's just been clearing these lanes, and they don't even need to make a push right now. I mean, they knew, it was a minute left, they had 7 points ahead, they just need to shut down the pushes from the faction. But that's essentially what these guys from the faction need to do. If they want to beat these guys at uplink, or in fact, if they want to play uplink at all, they need to clear these lanes. They need to make a clear and concise push. You can't just go crazy for that drone.
You really can't, but I mean, that's going to bring the overall scoreline here. It's going to make it 12 to 5, and it is going to be a lead now for eXile5. So they were down 1-0. They've taken out the next 2 consecutive maps, and they've been able to take out the lead or take the lead now 2-1. Now we still have a capture the flag at least guaranteed, and then possibly a certain strike for map 5. But the question I ask you, Inmaniac, is will it go to a map 5, or will eXile5 just wrap it up with another respawn?
I don't really know. I thought I was going to be able to call it after this uplink game, but after what I just saw then, I just can't call it, Mike. It could go either way. You know, X5 could just carry this momentum and really stomp these guys and just bring it home and show that they are the dominant squad of the APAC region that we know they can be. But the faction guys, never underrate these guys. Never. They are one of the best teams in the region. I mean, they are easily top 3 material. Unfortunate that they're a bit young for other competitions, but they could quite easily come back and take out this series. And as we know, they are currently 2-0 undefeated in the CGP so far compared to the guys from X5 who are currently 1-1. I guess these guys from X5 are really trying to prove that what they've got, and that they don't want to have more losses at the beginning of this competition than they have wins.
Yeah, they definitely don't. And I mean, right now, between these 2 teams, we are going to be waiting for our capture the flag to start it up. So we'll go to a quick break, and we'll be back soon. Don't go anywhere, because we've got more action coming up next here in the CGAWACS CGP League match. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the CyberGamer Advanced Warfare ASTRO Championship Series CGP League match here between the faction AU and X5T1. We have capture the flag on retreat. Let's get into it. X5 lead the series 2-1.
Yeah, and they look very strong coming out of that uplink. It's going to be interesting to see if they carry it here into this CTF. Mike, I was just on with Swifty as he was shut down by Fate. We saw the guys from X5 pick up the first 2 kills of this map. Now, as you can see on your mini-map, a little bit stale. Both teams just looking towards the middle here. I'm on with Barney as a player's going to drop right in front of him. He dives back out, misses that one, then gets turned on, and it's going to be him taking a fall from Fate. You see his teammates Issei and Chills both pick up some big kills here. Blue now off the spawn, needs to play defense here, and he plays it well. Picking up the two-piece to shut down that flag run very promptly. And just looking at minimap, Mike, we're seeing the guys from X5. They are pushing down the right-hand side of the map, down past open, and we're going to be on with Issei right now. He's pushing right up to this flag. Needs to watch out those spawners over at the pool rocks. There's going to be one there stunning him, and it's Blue going to be cleaning him up, so that was shut down very quickly. And I expect this match to be very scrappy, Mike, at least until one of these teams has a 2-point lead. I always call that. Wait till there's a 2-point lead, and we're going to be seeing one of the teams walk away with it.
I really am just interesting to see how Barney's actually going to make this play, because he just decided to run straight through the middle of the map. He's going to loop around through the Spa side, and now he's going to be going to try and go for this capture. There's going to be a player there to meet him, and he'll be able to get that capture. Not really contested too much throughout that play. So it was a little bit questionable, but it really worked out because of the fact that it was running straight at the flag. No one could really stop him because he got there that quick.
And that's the kind of stuff this squad do, Mike. They're just like, you know, whatever you think, we're going to flip tables and just go to work. We're going to walk this flag right down the middle. And that's what he did. It was a very interesting route, and you know, it worked for them. I'm just going to watch how these guys from X5 respond now. They cleared out their home, but there is one player right down the back, and that's going to be Swifty, who picked up a kill on Fate. And we've got Barney pick up a kill on Chills, make that a two-piece as Issei falls as well. And now you're going to see Swifty have a pretty clear run straight to his flag. He needs to see the one player from X5 taking up the challenge. It's Fate. Long distance shots, gets the tags, but it's not going to be enough. And now you see the guys from the faction with a very fast 2-0 lead with not even a quarter of this map gone. I did say as soon as a team gets 2 points ahead, they're going to walk away with it. I didn't expect it this early, and it's going to be interesting to see if I eat my words or not, but the faction, you know, looking pretty strong. And as you can see here on the scoreboard, it's reflected so, but I tell you what, X5, specifically Fate, 10 for 3 right now, Mike. That is a dominant KD. He's been going to work with that Val.
As you said that, he did get taken out, so that might have been a factor. But even though he's going 10 to 4, the opposing team is still getting all these captures on the board. It's 3 to 0 right now, and Barney is pulling another flag. He's over onto the lobby, and he should be able to get this flag capture in. He's going to be just dashing all over the place, and there you go. That's 4 to 0. And you said it last map, but it's relevant in this one as well. The second you give the faction a lead, they're going to take it for all it's worth.
Yeah, that's right. Giving them an inch, and they're quite literally taking it a mile here as they're going way in front of this squad right now. I'm on with Swifty. Just picked up the nice kill there on damage, running this bow. He's got the flag, runs straight through the bottom of Vertel. He was heavily tagged there, and then going to be cleaned up by Chills, who gets the return over with Barney now. He's got a bit of a scrap with Issei, but Issei shuts that down. Fate also picking up the kill on Blue, and we've got Issei trying to make a run. He just picks up the flag. Needs to watch those spawners coming over from the pool rocks. You've got one player crossing across the middle of the map, and that's going to be Swifty. Indeed, he does shut it down and gets the prompt return. Clutch play there by Swifty to shut it down. The player there still challenging, able to dance around each other and also pick up that kill. Gets the headshot on damage, taking a fall, and they are, of course, also getting the responding cap here, Mike, and they are going to get it 5-0 in the first half. Quite a ridiculous score when you consider they are up against none other than X5.
We have Swifty here, though, with the flag, trying to go over to this jump up now. He will get taken down, but Barney will take down Chills, and he's going to rotate over for this flag as well. He's going to be going over to the hotel stairs. Nice movement there by him, and he goes for a nade as he gets taken down. The flag has been transferred there to Blue, who's going to try and run it through the top of court. Now, he'll get taken down. Damage going to be running this flag. The flag should ideally be returned right now, and it has been, and Damage will get a stun out. He's going to run straight into a rock, but he should be able to get this capture in, and there we go. The first capture of the game here for eXile5 at the final 15 seconds of this half. Now, I do need to ask you this. We've got 5-1 being the scoreline at the halftime break. Can they get at least 4 captures to tie up the scoreline?
No way. No way, they can't. The faction, that was all their game just then. They were outslaying, they were outperforming, they had the better routes. They just knew what they were doing as a squad. I think that last game of Uplink really rattled them, but here on Retreat, they've been going to work. Chills did pick up that final kill there, and he also got that cap in, but I mean, 5-1. I think that cap was really just, it was necessary. It had to happen. X5 can't go into the second half being 5-0'd. I mean, it's just not their style. So, with that said, I really expect the faction to still be going huge. I'm jumping on with Barney. He's got a scope at the beginning of this game, and he just misses the player up over on the big rock there in front of the pool. He's going to be heavily stunned and tagged right now. Let's move up to a bit more aggressive player. We've got Swifty, who just picked up the kill, and he's on the 2-point streak. As I say that, Fate's going to be shutting it down, jumping over to him as he drops as well. Curse of the Caster coming back. Luca was the one to pick up that kill. I'm with damage as he picks up one. Blue is then going to be responding in kind before Issei shuts that one down. I am with Issei now as after that kill, he's going to almost pick up another one. It was going to be promptly shut down by Luca after Issei tried to take a run with that flag. A minute down in this half, both flags at the base. I'm over with Chills. It's going to be turned on by Blue. Fate tries to respond by taking down Swifty, and it is very scrappy here in the second half. I'm still with Fate as he takes down Luca. Starting to light up red here as Fate goes to work, picking up the two-piece on Swifty. He's going to go over the jump up. Needs to watch out for the spawn as they are going to be just on the other side of the turtle here. Is he going to spot them? There's one, gets the tags out, tries to turn, gets the other player. That's Barney taking a fall. Now he needs to have the run. He's got the support. Now it's just up to his teammates to watch the tail, but look for the push up the right-hand side of the map, Mike. Luca going hard, way up the far side, dashing ahead. Expect him to pick up the kill here, but as I say that, someone's going to be on his tail. That's Damage picking up that kill, and we're going to be seeing potentially another cap right now, and indeed it is. It's going to be running in by this X5 squad, and before you know it, your score is 5 points to 2. Mike, I honestly didn't expect that one. That was a big push by X5. The faction knew exactly what they were doing off the spawn. They did spawn down in that open side. They went right up the right-hand side of the map, but you saw X5 play it very smart. They crossed back over themselves, ran up the middle of the map, shut down that defensive player, and they were able to score a point off it.
3 minutes to go. 3 flag captures needed for X5. It is possible. We'll see if they can do it. Fate's going to be pushing over off the spawn, trying to get these kills off their spawn, rather, to try and pick them up off that spawn point. And you're going to be seeing one of the other players, Chills, going to be contesting that one as well. The flag has been picked up. One tries to dash past Fate. Fate nearly took him down, but he's now being dropped himself. Damage is going to be there. They're rotating over. The remaining players from eXile5 will be trying to pick off these kills as Damage will go in for this flag pickup. Now, we'll be able to do so, and he's going to be looking to go through this jump up side. One player will drop. He's going to shoot over to that dead body. The player's behind him as well. He'll fall. Swifty has got the flag. Chill's got the other flag. Swifty's just going to be running it straight through the middle, though, and the blue flag has been dropped for the current time, so they just need to go for this return, which they do get, and there you go. That's 6-2 with 2 minutes 15. It's looking more and more likely that we're going to be going to a map 5.
And yet again, I love that route from Swifty, going up the top side of Hotel and then diving in. That was great and good on his team, able to shut down that counter run that was in progress. And as you said, 6-2, looks like we will be going with map 5, Mike. And you know, they really needed that cap just to shut down this momentum switch coming from X5. These guys have been slaying like crazy. Chills 25-17, Fate 26-15, and you know, we've got Damage also on the positive. Issei are lagging a little bit behind when it comes to these kills. And look on the other side of the scoreboard, Mike. I mean, you had 2 players from X5 in the mid-20s over from the faction. You're only seeing 1 player in the 20s, so that's 22 for Barney. He's only got a +3 KD. This really accentuates that in a game type like Capture the Flag, sure, kills. Everyone loves KD, but when you like this, 6 points to 2 speaks volumes for this faction squad. They know how to capitalize off those kills and make it work for them on the scoreboard.
That they do. Now there's 66 seconds remaining here in this game. Barney and Luca pick off kills there. We do have Fate getting dropped as well, so only 1 player left up from X5 for the current point in time. And the faction going to be looking to lead up into another capture for themselves as well. It is going to be Swifty picking that one up. Blue's there to cover him. They're going to be running it over through the lobby, and now going over to this poolside. Player's going to be over onto the jump up. He'll fall. That was Chills, who was standing there in his way, and he's looking for a second shot as well, and he will get taken down. 3 players from TF have been taken as well. So Barney was the last one alive. The flag has been returned, but I mean, it really is too little too late. That's going to be the map there to TF. We're going to a map 5, and what a series to open up round 2 of our CGAWACS CGP League.
Yeah, it is a great series. I didn't expect anything less from both of these squads, and you know, the faction coming back as I really expected in that uplink game, to be honest. I guess that game type and/or map just wasn't their cup of tea. However, they have answered back very strongly here in the CTF on retreat. I'm just going to be on with Blue here as he picked up the quick kill before being dropped in kind by Chills Barney. He's going to be answering back there, which I believe was the final kill, but it's going to be the faction taking this map here. 6 points to 2, eXile5. Jeez, I'm getting tongue-tied myself. Mine must be contagious. Getting dropped there. So that is, of course, going to be 2 maps apiece. We're going to be heading into Game 5, the S&D. Now, Mike, the S&D we saw in map number 2 of this series, it went to the guys from eXile5, kind of expected. 6 rounds to 4, though. The factions still were able to keep up. It was going round for round there for a little bit until the final couple of rounds. What do you expect we'll see in this final map?
I honestly don't know because of the fact the way these teams are playing these maps. I mean, we had the first map go to TF, we had the next 2 go to X5, then once again to TF, and it's going back and forth regardless of these respawns, regardless of a single spawn search and destroy. It's been going back and forth throughout this entire game. So I'm expecting to see that in that search and destroy. I just don't know who will be able to take it out. Either way, we'll be going to a quick break and we'll be back soon with our final map here in the series, in our CGP match between eXile5.T1 and the Faction AU. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the CyberGamer Advanced Warfare ASTRO Championship Series CGP League match here between eXile5.T1 and the Faction AU. I'm Myksta, joined by Inmaniac. We are down to our final map, the deciding factor here in this game. It is going to be Search and Destroy on Recovery. It's 2-2. This is map 5, and I'm excited for this one, Inmaniac.
I am too, Mike. The faction is trying to prove that they can play with the big boys. Here they are in S&D on Recovery. We saw the first S&D, of course, going to the guys from X5, and they are team killing right here. We might have an issue at the beginning of this game. So as they just fix up this game, Mike, just want to point out what we've seen in the series so far. Of course, we did start off with Hardpoint on Biolab. I know that unfortunately you didn't catch the end of that one, but the faction looking very dominant, 250 to 167, I think the score was. It was in the 160s, so almost a 100-point difference there. The faction looking very strong, and of course Game 2 S&D, which we're now into an S&D here on Recovery. The first S&D we saw did go to the guys of X5 that was played out on Terrace. It was going round for round. So eXile5.T1 too good in the end. And the next 2 games were pretty one-sided as well. The uplink we saw on Detroit went very one-sided towards the guys of X5. I didn't expect that at all. Obviously, the respawn game type, after that high point, I expected the guys from the faction to go huge. They ended up taking that one out. Mike, did you expect it to go that way? Because I know I definitely didn't.
I was expecting a map 5, so I guess really all these scores, while the scores may have been a bit more different than what I was expecting it to be down to this point. So that was a little bit vague, but I'm going to be going with that one because we're back into Search and Destroy and Recovery, and that was a perfect deflection of that question right there. But that is okay because we have the other teams really failing to choose their correct sides. There we go. We got these guys on the right angles. We'll sub over overlays here to the in-game side. 2-2, map 5, Search and Destroy Recovery. Who do you want to jump on board with first from X5?
I reckon we'll go with... Let's go with Bob Carrier. It's going to be a say. So he does indeed pick it up. He's going to be running straight into the dome here. He's going to be having player Chills running point for him. He does, of course, have that overkill perk on. He's got the scope in the back pocket. ASM1 out at the moment. There's going to be a player right in front of him in the building. Decides to get that nade out early. He's got another one still waiting for him in the back pocket. Player just to the left of the staircase. He did spot him. Spots him again. Playing it smart here. Waiting for the call out to damage his teammate there who was just to his left. And they're basically doing a dance around each other. As I say that, we're going to be seeing Fate, the first one to take a fall in this game. Luca was the one who picked up that kill. The scope's now going to come out for you. Say, looking straight down that street. You can see on your mini-map, there's going to be one player just up on the other side of the A truck, and indeed they may be making a move just in a second. They're doing a silent dance with the player just around the corner, and that's going to be Chills. Goes out to challenge his mistake though, and Barney's going to be cleaning that one up now, and you're going to be seeing the kills go left, right, and center. Issei able to pick up Barney, and then the final player... well, sorry, it wasn't the final player. I lost my train of thought there. It was going to be the player from X5 being dropped there, and that's going to be leaving eXile, the only one left alive, up against 3 members of the faction. He's running out of time. This bomb needs to go down. Not going to matter, though, as he is dropped. First round going to these guys from the faction.
That it is, and we're about to see our round-ending kill cam here to shed a little bit of light from their perspective side of things in just a moment there. Of course, we're going to be seeing Blue, who was able to pick off that final kill right there. And just able to dash to the side. He got the call out, of course, from his teammates. Able to just then pick off that kill. And he's able to actually pick off 2 kills in that round as well. So that's going to be 1-0, but it is still early days right now for this one. And we will see what these what can they do with this next round. Of course, the attacking play now in favor of now going to them for this side of things. We're going to be having Blue running that point early, but Fate will get the scope off on Swifty, taking him down and also dropping that bomb. So already in a little bit of an inconvenient position for them, but the faction, they're going to be rolling with it, still pushing over to this A side, it seems, and trying to pick off a kill to even up the odds.
Yeah, that was a little unfortunate for the faction. Swifty's scope just no match for the one from Fate, and he was able to clean up that one. But as I say that, these guys from the faction were being dropped. Barney takes a fall as well. Luca taking down damage, though. Luca is, of course, the only one left alive for this squad right now. We do have that COD vision on just to check out where these players are. Both of them are straight down this A Street right up the back. eXile and Fate. I'm just checking out Fate right now. He does have the scope out, just misses him. He's got a bit of color to his skin right now, and he needs to watch himself. Luca now rotating straight through the middle there. Fate may have spotted him. He's got the barrel out, shots out, tags Luca. It's going to clean it up, though. Luca's now made it a 1v1 scenario. I'm on with him right now, under 30 seconds left in this map, and the bomb still needs to be put down yet, but Luca's going to be trying to pick up this kill. eXile straight down the middle of the map, going towards the middle right now. I think Luca may have spotted him, needs to watch himself. He decides to go in for this plant. How's eXile going to respond? It's about that time for him to jump out. Jumps up high, shots out with the ASM1. He's going to do it. Too easy there. That was just Luca, you know, he was caught between a rock and a hard place, aka eXile. He was able to clean that one up and takes the round for his squad to tie things up here in this map. 1 round apiece there as he gets the twitch on there in that final kill. Mike, what did you really expect Luca to do there? You know, that time was running out. I kind of expected him to chase that kill towards the middle. I could have swore he spotted him go up there. I think he was thinking that it was the safe bet. I would have thought otherwise, given the time that was left remaining in the round. He kind of knew that eXile would have had to have rotated back. I don't know. What's your take on it?
The irony is for him that he just needed to look to his right instead of going straight over onto that middle street. He would have been able to spot him quite easily and be able to pick off that kill. Because he didn't, he then needed to rotate and force that OBJ hand. But right now you see in this next round, TF were able to pick off a nice early 3 down to leave only damage alive for himself here in this round. Now, he didn't spot the player there in that dome. No, his teammates might have spotted him, might have not. He's still checking that back and forth, back and forth. It's actually going to be on the other side. My mistake right there. That probably explains why he didn't see it, right? But he's still going to be checking this one, and there he goes, able to pick off the kill anyway. So he was able to get there at the end, and now he's going to be on to that lower path. But of course, lower path has its downsides as well. It's only got 2 entrance points, and you know, it's only got 2 exit points at the same time. So he's still going to be looking for this. He does spot a player there, and that player's going to be jumping up now to the top of the platform, and he will be trying to search for that kill. There was a player behind him, and he did get taken down. That's going to make it 2-1, and it seems like we're in for a round-for-round basis right now.
Yeah, it seems to be that way, Mike. That bow there, able to clean up damage quite fast there. Luca with that round-ending kill cam, able to put his squad in the lead, 2-1. As you just pointed out, the X5 player spotted the one jumping up high, but yeah, just got flanked. Didn't expect 2 players to be so far over towards that B side of the map. On that right side of the map. So again, we're going to be seeing the guys from the faction on the attack right now. Blue's got the bomb in hand. He's going to be dropped by eXile, getting those shots out. eXile himself going 3 for 2 right now. Just looking at the KDs right now, he's the only one going positive for his squad. Luca, man of the moment, 8 for 1 at the moment, Mike. And he's also got the bomb in hand, so he's been going huge for his squad right now. And you've got Swifty down there on the donut. And Swifty is actually looking to be AFK, I might add, which might, I dare say, will affect the chances of the faction taking out this round, especially now that we're going to be seeing Blue being dropped as well, and X5 looking very strong with all 4 players still up.
I mean, there's a bright side with him being AFK, because there's a difference to being timed out. At least he can come back. When he comes back, he can play instantly, rather than the game needing to end. So I guess that's always a bright side. But they're still going to be trying to play to those advantages, and the bomb is starting to get planted. Now, you've got to keep in mind that X5 don't know that he's AFK. So all they still think there's 2 active players going to be contesting this one. And now it's going to be Swifty. Now they're just going to be like, okay, do we go for this bomb? Do we not go for this bomb? They're going to be playing a little bit cautious. Those players are now going to get on that bomb. But I mean, you see Swifty just, AFK is not the highlight for him, and that will be the defuse, and that'll be the round there for X5.
Yeah, you know, I want to give a fake congratulations to Swifty for at least surviving the round.
Yeah.
You know, he did better than his teammates.
Playing for those kills, obviously.
Obviously. You know, and that's not what you really want to do here, Mike, in this 1v4 scenario. Jokes aside, we are going to be seeing the guys from X5 take that one out, which you expect in a 3v4 scenario. And of course, these guys from X5 are going to be on the attack. I just checked Swifty. He is still AFK at the beginning of this round. You're going to have Issei with the bomb in hand. Damage running point for him. Issei picked up some tags with that nade, but Blue is actually going to be the one picking up the first kill, taking down Fate. So at least evening things up. So you've got that 3v3 scenario. Just check back with Swifty. He's still AFK. So I'm still going to be running with Issei. He's running way up the back here. There's going to be a player just through those tunnels. Actually, he's going to be up high on the catwalk. That's Barney. He's going to be now pushing forward quite aggressively. You've got Damage down to the bottom left. We can spot here thanks to that COD vision. Issei and Damage, the only ones left alive for this X5 squad. Chills and Fate obviously took a fall. And I'm on with Issei once again. Swifty still AFK on that far side of the map. And Issei is going to be taking advantage of that, picking up that kill there. But you know what? That was a bit of a rough move by him, because it obviously revealed his position on the map, and the faction did not let that slip by, and they were able to very easily clean that one up. And it was going to be Barney picking up the big 2-piece, dropping down low to pick up both of these players. Mike, bit of sloppy play there from Issei.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure if much of a sloppy play, rather than a sloppy team play, rather than an individual play. Because you're going to keep in mind, there's a player AFK, and they're still winning these rounds. But I just got to point something out here. Am I the only one who has noticed this scoreboard? Luca is going 9-3 with 2 plants to his name.
Yeah, Luca he's insane. The kid is unreal. He always goes huge. I'm a big fan of Luca. Have been since I've seen him play at ACL Sydney, obviously where his squad went huge, taking out the title there at that LAN event, and expect big things from him in the future as well. He's still a few years away, the young guy, from playing at Chance, but I'll tell you what, if COD's still around then, he's going to be a contender. Mark my words. With that said, we're going to be seeing his squad. Now, I want to point out that Swifty did time out 3v4 scenario here in this round. Whether we'll be seeing it end here is a different story. 2 rounds to 3. It's still in favor of the faction, and in fact it is a 2v here in this round. But as I say that, we're going to see Luca take a fall, but Barney's going to respond in kind, taking down Fate. We've got a 1v1. Barney up against Chills right now. Barney was looking good, but Chills just spots him first up there in the room. Up 3 rounds apiece here, Mike. The faction a little unfortunate. Their situation with Swifty, they were looking strong until now. They
weren't. I mean, I'm just laughing at the situation that Swifty, obviously now actually having left the game, making it now officially into a 4v3 situation. But I'm curious to see, will they continue? I mean, will they try to end it? Will they keep playing? Obviously, he wasn't really there the first time, so are they going to be waiting for this one? No, Nike has seemingly spawned in, so that's no fun. And apparently the game's going to end. So 3-3 is going to be that one, and hopefully Swifty to come back. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, that is going to be the game being ended for a moment. Hopefully Swifty rejoining us. If not, we'll be starting back into a 3v4. But I mean, Inmaniac, we had some great action so far, and I mean, credit to Luca. 10-4, the backpack is just on fire for him, for his team, and hopefully they can get Swifty back. But we'll go to a quick break, and we'll be back soon with more action in our final map here in our CGAWACS CGP League match between these two teams. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the CGAWACS CGP League match between eXile5.T1 and the faction AU. We, of course, had to end the game due to one of our neutral hosts spawning into the game. I'm not too sure by mistake or intentional. But either way, it is a 3-4 situation due to the fact that Swifty has disconnected from the game. Likely intentional due to the fact that it was AFK for the last couple of rounds as well. Either way, we had a strong opening round here from our Sentinel squad. And I didn't even get to finish the instruction and the round was over.
Yeah, it was that quick, Mike. Now, obviously what we're seeing here, for those of you playing at home, the faction have chosen to play on in a 3v4 situation. So Swifty, I don't think will be coming back anytime soon. Unfortunately for these guys, they were punished in that round. eXile5 able to capitalize on it and taking it out. So your score doesn't get reflected on the scoreboard. Add 3 to both of these ones, and you're going to have a 4-3 scoreline right now, as we're going to be seeing the guys from eXile5 take the lead as the faction, and now on the attack with Blue bomb in hand.
That is 100% right here, and they're going to be going over to this B side as well, but 3 of the players from X5 are there at the same time. Shots go out, Fade and Damage pick off kills. Now we do have Barney now automatically being the last one alive there in that contest. He was able to take down one, but he gets taken down to the side, and X5 now advance over onto the 5-3 mark. Nicely done there by them. Unfortunately, now that they're actually in a 3v4 situation, they're not seemingly able to pull off these clutches here, TF.
Yeah, you know, I'm really disappointed in this series. It's quite unfortunate. We have 2 top-tier teams here in our region, Mike. Not only the country, but literally in the Asia-Pacific region. You know, the faction, they're here, they have an opportunity to prove themselves since they can't in competitions such as Champs, where there's age limitations. CyberGamer Pro League, you don't get much more prestigious when it comes to competitions in Australia. And they lose a player here in the final game in a best-of-5 series. You know, I feel for them. With that said, I have faith in them. They could pull it back. But right now, they're down 5-3. Potential final round here to X5. And Issei is going to be trying to get this plant down. But as I say that, Chills is dropped. Barney able to take that one. So you've got a 3v3 situation right now.
Barney did fire another shot, so they do know where he is. He fires a second one there. Luke will take down Damage. Now he's going to be pushing to try and get the last one, or the last 2, but he won't be able to do so. Now, Blue will be able to take down Izzy, and Fate's going to be the last one alive. He's going to be out the back there just watching that one out. He's able to get a couple of shots off pushed off the bomb here, and they're going to be trying to contest this one. Shots go out. He's got the IMR as well. He does need a reload, so he's now just going to be going for this reload as well. Now, the player's going to be over onto the bomb side itself. Will he check this one? He does, and he knows he needs to get the shot off that bomb. He won't be able to do so. Yes, he does! But does the bomb get defused? That does seem to be the case. Just 1 second too short. It was a nice play there by Fate, but I got to ask, Barney was on top of that trailer. He was dashing all over the place because he panicked, but he still wasn't able to get the kill on Fate. So if it was a second earlier, they would have lost that round. That would have been game, set, a match.
It would have been, you know, but I want to give credit to that faction squad. Both of them were just playing so well at the beginning of that little exchange, Mike. They were dashing around, causing a distraction, both putting shots out and pressure on Fate. And in the end, that shook him up a little bit. He had to go and reload with that IMR, push back out, and you did see the player of the faction up on top of that truck. I think, you know, he didn't land the shots to get the kill, but he was playing a distraction good enough so at least the defuse could happen. Now, all of that might mean nothing right now, as Barney's the only one left alive up against a full squad. Now, I just want to point out, Mike, he has to take down 4 players to keep his team in this series. That's some pressure right there. And, you know, with just over 40 seconds left, the bomb hasn't even been picked up. He's relying on slaying skills alone right now, and, you know, I have faith in the guy, but 1v4 is tough, especially when he doesn't check his back like that and he gets punched in the face. And what a way to end the series, Mike. We had 4v3, punch in the face to Barney. He's going to wrap things up. The final round here in this S&D. Your score, it's going to be Groundhog Day, 6-4 in favor of eXile5, and they take out the series 3 maps to 2. The faction going down here in this CGP League match, their first loss. So now we're going to be seeing these guys from the faction sitting at 2 wins to 1 loss. And eXile5 pick up their second win as well, going 2 wins for 1 loss. Yeah, and I mean, they're both now going to be equal on that scoreboard, and these guys should be realistically ending the game sometime soon. So we're going to swap off that because that's really not important right now, and that is going to be the game over as well. So
It was a great effort. A little bit disappointing, if I do admit that, from the faction. Of course, their fourth player just AFK, then disconnecting. Regardless, what can you do? But it did cost them in the end because they did lose the overall series. But before then, it was up. I missed the hard point, but from what you've been telling me, it was a great hard point. We then saw the search, then we saw an uplink, then a capture the flag, all quality games, and that is going to be the series 3-2 to X5 as well. So we had some great we had a great match here tonight. We'll be back more throughout the week as well for more CGP League action, as well as our midweek tomorrow night as well. For those watching that have signed up for tomorrow's midweek and you haven't set your core plays, be sure to go on CyberGamer and go ahead and do that. Be sure to follow all of CyberGamer's social media outlets. You got our Facebook, facebook.com/CyberGamer Network. You got our youtube.com/CyberGamer.com.au, our Twitter @CGXbox, and of course this MLG.TV channel. Feel free to press that follow button at the bottom left of the video. But until next time, I'm Myksta, joined by Inmaniac, and yeah, we'll catch you later.